Roche Harbor is a sheltered harbor on the northwest side of San Juan Island in San Juan County in Washington State, and the site of the resort of the same name. It was kind of nice for the sea lions to give a welcome greeting. Roche Harbor faces Haro Straits and the Canada-US border. What is now Roche Harbor was once part of the thriving Coast Salish community known as Wakaheklu. Roche Harbor is a designated U.S. port of entry. A customs dock occupies a section of the marina with Customs and Border Protected agents on duty during the summer months. The harbor is surrounded on the east side by San Juan Island, and on the north by Pearl Island, and on the west and south side by Henry Island. Most of the harbor is 35 to 45 feet deep, or 11 to 14 meters. This was our first stop on the sailing journey. I was pretty pleased how nice the town was. With it being off-season, it was pretty empty, and it felt like a ghost town. But it posed a great opportunity to explore the island. And while walking down the harbor, once again I was shocked by how big some of these boats are. There is money here. Two lime kilns were built by the British under the direction of Lieutenant Richard Roche, the city's namesake, by the Royal Marines as a way of keeping his troops occupied. After the British troops departed, Joe Ruff filed a claim for Roche Harbor property and took possession in late 1870s. The Skur brothers bought the land from Mr. Ruff in 1881 and restored limestone production. John McMillin purchased Skur Brothers Holding in 1886. The new company was called the Tacoma and Roche Harbor Lime Company. Limestone was quarried and transported to the kilns, where it was burned down into industrial lime, which was a major necessity in the production of steel, plaster, cement, and paper. At one time, Roche Harbor was the largest producer of lime west of the Mississippi. Production of the lime ceased in 1956 with the sale of Roche Harbor. The hotel was named after Spanish explorer Captain Lopez de Haro, who discovered and named San Juan Islands in 1787. The Hudson Bay Company built the log structure on the site sometime between 1845 and 1850. John McMillin built the Hotel de Haro around the original log structure in 1886. McMillin wanted a place to accommodate visiting customers and dignitaries. President Theodore Roosevelt, who was brought to Roche Harbor by a U.S. Navy destroyer in summer of 1906. In addition, President William Howard Taft also stayed here during his term in office. Other famous people included John Wayne, who loved to stay at the hotel. The hotel, which had been closed since 1942, was restored and reopened as a resort hotel on New Year's Eve 1960. Our Lady of God Voyage Chapel. The chapel was constructed in 1892 as a Methodist church, John McMillin's denomination. At its peak, Roche Harbor boasted over 800 residents living on site. Approximately 20 family cottages were built around 1890 to house workers and families. Cottages were built all the way to the water's edge. 8 of the original 2-bedroom cottages remain, as well as a red schoolhouse. They have all been restored and now are offered as resort accommodations. There's also a neat sculpture park you can walk around. Roche Harbor also has an airport you can land at. One thing, the city has a lot of no drinking signs. Either there's a drinking problem or someone loves signs. This town has a spooky feel to it, and it has a weird, these signs leading to this mausoleum. So I really had to check out the mausoleum. And once again, a lot of signs leading you to this mausoleum. So it's not like they're trying to hide it, because there's plenty of signs. Afterglow Vista is a mausoleum located in San Juan County, near Friday Harbor and Roche Harbor. It is a final resting place for businessman John McMillin, his wife and children, and one of the family's employees. The mausoleum is located in a wooded area and can be accessed by following a trail throughout a set of gates topped with the words, Afterglow Vista. While walking in the woods, the trees are bent almost at a 90-degree angle. It brings a creepy vibe. During his life, McMillin was a lawyer, a businessman, and a political figure. Born in Indiana in 1855, McMillin attended DePaul University, where he became a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity and served as the fraternity's first Grand Council, or international president. In 1884, McMillin moved his wife and his son from Indiana to Washington Territory, where he became the owner of Tacoma and Roche Harbor Lime Company. The design of the mausoleum incorporates numerous instances of symbolism, some of it's Masonic in nature. 6 years before he died, McMillin ordered for Afterglow Vista to be built. Construction was completed in 1936, the year McMillin's death, and costed $30,000. The steps leading to the stone table and chairs represent the stages of life: order and architecture, the human sense, and liberal arts and science. The mausoleum itself consists of an open-air rotunda with a limestone table in its center. Around the tables are several stone chairs for each member of the McMillin family, inside each of which are hollow niches containing the cremated ashes of the family member. Inscribed on the backs of the chairs are the corresponding names of each individual. And then in the back of McMillin's chair, he said he was a level 32 Freemason, which seems pretty high. I'm not sure what the highest level of Freemasons are, but a level 32 does sound pretty high. Surrounding the stone table and the chairs are 6 columns, along with one intentionally broken column. The broken column is meant to symbolize the concept, death breaks the column of any man's life, or alternatively to represent the idea of unfinished work in one's life. The Afterglow Vista has been called a Masonic landmark. I felt best that probably should leave the island before it gets a little bit creepier. I also did sit in a couple of the chairs at the table, so I wasn't sure if that triggered some sort of curse or awoken the dead. So leaving the island sounded like a really good idea. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have you seen him?